Hello everyone and welcome to my little corner of the internet. My name is Michael and I'm bitten by a radioactive book. As 2015 is already over, I'd like to talk about some of the books I'm eagerly anticipating for 2016. So here are 5 of them. Let's start off with City of Blades by Robert Jackson Bennett. This is the sequel to his much acclaimed City of Stairs from last year, 2014, and it has been my favorite book I've read in 2014. So, as you can imagine, I highly anticipate it. It takes Captain Mulagesh, a side character from City of Stairs, and yeah, makes it the main character. She moves to one of the other cities, the one where the god of death ruled, and seemingly she's there just to govern the place and prepare for an early retirement. But behind the scenes, there is some new evidence coming up. Connected to the gods, and she's there to investigate it. So we have like a little bit of a similarity to the first book, where the main character Shara Divani was also in like sort of undercover investigation or in an undercover investigation mission. So we'll see how that will play out. I'm really looking forward to it, and luckily for me it already hits in January. I think it's January 26th. The next book I'm looking forward to is scheduled to hit in March 1st, and it's The United States of Japan. This is an alternate history kind of thing where the Axis powers won World War II, and the western part of the US is controlled by Japan, and Japan, of course, as it's an SF novel, establishes the control nowadays with huge robots, and I think it is about an investigation of a reporter and a like state governmental agent from the Japanese side, where they look into that maybe their government is not as perfect as it seems. So yeah, that seems like a very interesting mix of very like classical themes of an oppressive state, mixed with this crazy idea of the giant fighting robots. So I really like to see what the author Peter Tirjas is going to do with it. Next up, we have a book that is no surprise if you're following my channel for quite some time. It's the new book by Stephen Erickson. It's Fall of Light, the second installment in his Carcanis trilogy. This goes into the way back ancient past of the Malazan Empire, or not of the Malazan Empire, of the world the Malazan Book of the Fallen series is set in. We look into the past of the Tisti races, of Anomendarake, of how the old gods came to be. It's very interesting. I loved the first book. It's so dark. It's maybe the darkest book I've ever read before. But yeah, as always, Stephen Erickson spins so many different threads, and I need to find out how this continues. One of the most anticipated books of the next year for me, definitely. Then we have The Forgetting Moon by Brian Lee Duffy. It's scheduled for the beginning of July. And this seems to look like very classical epic fantasy. Armies led by angel princes. The series is called The Five Warrior Angels. So yeah, it seems to be very traditional fantasy with epic battles. I don't know much about it. I just saw the cover. That cover spoke to me in a very nostalgic way, because it looks like a bit cheap and cheesy, like an 80s kind of cover, and I personally enjoy that. The whole thing with the font, for example, looks very 80-ish, early 90s maybe. So yeah, hopefully this will be just a great and exciting read of epicness. And last but not least, we have Arabella of Mars. That is also scheduled for July, but mid-July release, 12th I think. And this is one of the ideas I really like, when you have like a steampunkish setting, and the ideas that the people in those times had about other planets, how we could live on Mars, for example, or other planets, become reality. And so this is a world where you are able by ship to travel to Mars, for example, and there's a colony on Mars, and Arabella actually comes from that colony, and then I think she has to go into disguise, disguises herself as a man, because at some point when she is on Earth, she needs to get back to Mars, because there's, I think, conflict between Earth and Mars, and so yeah, she's trying to get back, and it's an adventure story and her journey. So it has elements of Jules Verne, for example. So I'm really looking forward to read this book. So, these were 5 releases I'm excited about for next year. Tell me, what are your most anticipated books that are not by Brandon Sanderson? Because I know that 3 Brandon Sanderson books are hitting next year, and I probably read them all, but I don't want to integrate them here. And yeah, so let me know what books you're excited for, and if you like this video, please hit the like button. If you want to see more of me, subscribe to my channel, and until next time, I hope you get bitten by a really good book too. Bye!